What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cool Fred's Garage. This Cool Fred back with some more content on this 1973 Chevy. So it's a 73 Chevy Impala. I'm gonna be doing a few upgrades and improvements to it. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna be doing on it. But I guess I'm just gonna do a little bit of a recap of some of the things that I've done to it so far. So today is February the 9th, 2025, Super Bowl Sunday. So I'm just out here. Just what I'm about to start doing is just opening some boxes and inspecting some parts and stuff like that real quick. That way I can know what I need to order up to to go to get everything installed. But we'll check out the car. But just want to thank you guys for checking out the content. If you like any of the things that I have on the channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. And you got any questions or anything like that, comment below. All right, so here's the car right here, the '73 Chevy Impala. So a few months ago, I recently fixed my last two-piece wheel that I had to fix. I do got some footage on that, so if you guys want to see that, the footage where I talk about what happened to the old wheels and the process I had to go through to get them fixed and all that stuff. So those are two-piece wheels, some US mags. But so this car right here, one of the last major projects I've done to it is the rear disc brake conversion kit, which so this car has been done. This car has been done since like late June, July 24. I started on it. I want to say either late February or early March of 2024. Basically, I pulled it out of the garage. I had it sitting right there where that white car is sitting. That way I have room to work on everything, get all the axles and everything out and stuff like that. So pretty much I show the process of what it takes to get the rear disc brake conversion done. So I think it took me almost about 3 months to get everything completed. Not necessarily the disc brake conversion itself, but I did some other things while I was in the back of the car. I did some control arms. You can see one of the lower control arms right there. So those are some control arms from Spoon. They have like some polyurethane bushings in them. And I kind of painted up the rear end. I had to fix a pinion seal leak. So I did several things. So I got several videos of me talking about it. But the main thing I guess I wanted to highlight is just so anything like on the B-Body platform. So this is a B-Body, and the B-Body platform covers a lot of models, and they kind of changed it up from over the years. But this particular platform right here, 1971 to 1976 Impala Caprice or whatever you wanna, there's some Bel Airs and some other stuff out there too. There are also some Buicks, some Oldsmobiles and things like that share the same platform. But so a lot of people, they call these don'ts. I even call it that sometimes, but I usually just refer to it as a '73 Chevy. So as far as the rear disc brake goes, like if you want to do a conversion kit, there are a few kits on the market, but the only thing you got to consider is that that these cars in the 1970s, they had several rear ends and rear end housings. That's the main problem that you're going to run into, is they had several different setups as far as the rear end and stuff like that. Because you hear, I think some of I want to say by 72, like they had things called labor strikes and I guess shortage of people that was working and things like that, and they ran into some parts issues, kind of like what's going on with like post COVID and things like that. So they had things like that going on in the '70s. So they would swap, or they would interchange parts from other GM models and stuff like that, but they would I guess put the Chevrolet ends on them and stuff like that. I've heard so many stories, but the thing is, it's like two or three uh, like popular rear ends. I guess there's a couple popular ones, and then there's a couple odd ones. So it's a different like flanges and stuff, and that affects like which kit you can use and things like that. So, but the thing is, I've heard this several times, is if you go to Wheelwood, you got if you go to Wheelwood, there's like several different kits that they have on their site. But everybody was telling me like, look, man, if you're looking at the Wheelwood website, the stuff they got on there, you're gonna see things, but everything that they got is gonna be wrong. And I've had like two or three different sources tell me that. So the best bet was to take the car apart, disassemble it, take out the old stuff, take some measurements and things like that, and then put it back together. So I got like a process where I show all of that stuff in several videos. So hope you guys check that out, and hopefully it's that content is helpful for somebody. So basically, me taking the drum brakes, me taking everything out, measuring it, getting everything back together. And I also do some other things while I'm back there. So I painted the rear end. I did. Basically, I just wanted to do everything so everything back here in the back of the car was solid. That way I ain't got to go back and try to do anything. Pretty much just did kind of everything that I wanted to do to the rear of the car in one sweep. So also upgraded the upper control arm bushings. Those are also from Spoon. Got adjustable upper control arms. So did a lot of stuff back there. Replaced the rear shocks. All right, so after getting this project up and going, so I had this back on the road. I want to say like it was like pretty much like late June, but around July of 24. So had this back on the road, was driving it, everything was good. Also, it's actually just a lot of stuff to just kind of talk about. I'm just trying to summarize it best I can. So, because did brake lines, proportional valves, parking brake cable, and I think it's a couple videos I still got to edit and put out. Me finishing that job up, but shortly after me wrapping up this car, I started getting to another project, which was that 1978 Malibu Classic. So that one belongs to a guy I graduated high school with. So I did a engine swap. Basically, he just wanted me to put the engine transmission in, and get it up and driving. So he had the engine built by Speed Shop. So I got that in for him, put that belt drive on, and did a few little things. I mean, he had headers and stuff like that. So basically all the stuff to kind of like get it up and running. But a lot of going from a stock setup to a setup where you have high performance parts, sometimes you run into a few issues with things. So I kind of show some of those things in that project right there. And also did electric fans, and I want to say the most custom stuff. I would say like the headers, ran into a couple issues with those. The electric fan setup and the CVF belt drive. So you guys check out that project. So I kind of decided just to kind of show some of that stuff because it's similar to what, like if you take your car to like a speed shop or a custom shop, those are the kind of things that they would be doing if you take your car there. And then in relation to that, that's also another thing I'm trying to point out, because I was talking about the disc brake kit and the things that I went through with that. So basically, you want to actually do your homework. That's why I call it measurement. And sometimes I put the title as checking your measurements and doing your homework. So that's basically taking the car apart, measuring up everything. That way you can know exactly what you need. That way you order parts. When you order your parts, you order them right the first time. There is a little bit of downtime because I want to say after I did the measurement and everything, like because I was dealing with quick performance on this Impala, and I talked to a couple guys, but because sometimes when you email them, you don't really know who you're gonna be getting at first, and they kind of give you a few recommendations. But when I actually got on the phone, um, that's the other thing. You got to talk to the right person because some guys will tell you that they don't specialize in that or they're not able to do anything. But I happened to talk to this guy named Max over at Quick Performance, and Max was pretty cool. He was able to help me and tell me all the things that I needed to do to get this setup done for those disc brakes. So if you need anything regarding brake, suspension, rear end stuff, I would definitely holler at Max at Quick Performance to get you up and going because he was able to help me out a lot and tell me the things that I need to do. But I guess the other thing I wanted to get to is there's really not a specific kit as far as on the rear brakes. I mean, if you go, Bear has some stuff, but it depends on which rear end housing you got. So if you don't have that rear end housing, hopefully they're able to have like an alternative set that's similar. But they're like one of the only companies out there. If you have that particular rear end housing that breaks a bolt on, Summit has a couple kits. But as far as Willwood, if you go to the Willwood site and pick out a kit, 9 times out of 10 that kit is gonna be wrong, and then you got to go back to square one, which is once you got it apart, you got to measure up some stuff. So pretty much, when I was doing this, I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but when I was doing this job, I did call the guys at Willwood. So basically, I would have just had to send in the measurement sheet, and they would probably just look through their kits, and then they would just do the same thing kind of Quick Performance did. They just basically they find a kit that's close, and they just kind of do some customizations to it, some modifications to it. So on this car right here, what they did is they found me a big Ford kit. It's kind of like I guess like the big Ford 9-inch kit they had in the back for the back in the 70s for like the Torinos and the big Fords and stuff like that they had. I guess that would be like a LTD or whatever. But then Willwood, like their rotors, they fit multiple different. So it has a GM rotor, which they have like up to 3 different bolt patterns, like the 4 and 3, the 5 by 4 and 3/4, and this one's a 5 by 5. So it's no issue there. So they kind of just they got like some universal stuff that they kind of like mix and match up. But the other thing is the what they call the axle offset and all that stuff. So they have to. Well, the main thing was I wanted a kit with a parking brake. That was the other kicker. So in order to kind of get to keep something that has the parking brake and to have disc brakes, I had to kind of figure that out. So basically, I talk about all that in that series of videos. So if you guys want to check that out, that's cool. I guess the last thing I was gonna get to is downtime. So if you plan on doing, especially if you're gonna do it to a dump, if you're gonna do it to a Camaro or Monte Carlo, you may be able to get your car back on the road a little sooner if you're just doing just a rear disc brake conversion. But as far as something like a dump, or if you got anything that's kind of like just different from the norm, because they specialize like in some like other cars too. That anything that's not like your average Camaro, Cutlass, Monte Carlo, stuff like that. They got some things that if you call up place like Quick Performance or even Willwood, they'll be able to kind of see what they got and they can help you with once they have the measurement to the like what I'm saying, the downtime. So if you have your car at a shop, at a custom shop or something like that, they get in there and they take it apart and they be like, man, what you ordered is not the right stuff. We got to figure something else out. And by the time they go in there and figure out what you need and stuff like that, your car gonna be there 3-4 weeks. Like, I mean, that's kind of the thing. But that's pretty much what I was trying to avoid was like taking this thing apart, getting ready to put the kit in it, and it don't work. So that's why I took it apart, did the measurements. That way I can get everything knocked out in one shot. So as far as that, got that done. But a few things. But if y'all have any questions about the car or some of the things that I got set up on it, you just comment and let me know. But And another thing was like some of my videos, I wasn't able to get them out like right when I finished that project or whatever because I had a slower computer that it took me a while to edit some of the videos and stuff like that. So I wasn't able to kind of because I want to say this car was pretty much done by the time y'all seen the disassembly video. So by the time I got that one edited and up, y'all seen. I want to say y'all seen the disassembly. Y'all seen probably the first couple of videos I did while I was talking about some of the suspension stuff and while I was replacing some of the bushings and all that. But now I got a faster computer, so something a little bit quicker, faster, so I can edit things a lot faster. So some of the videos y'all will see are gonna come out. So y'all probably gonna see some of my newer content come out, as well as some content that I've already had that I've done. So because I got a lot of content and videos on various things, I just gotta just edit it up and put it out. So thank you guys for checking out Cool Fred's Garage. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Um, now lately I've been kind of doing some of the classic cars, but every now and again I'm working on other stuff. Like I'm working either on my truck, my wife's car, and then every now and again I'm doing like I did that Lexus for that radiator in that Lexus. So sometimes I do different stuff. And then if you're interested in the European stuff, you can check out my other channel, Cool Fred's Beamer Tech. So, but thank you guys for checking out the content. This is just a little bit of an update on some of the stuff I got. So check out the disc brake conversion project on this 73 Impala. And then check out the Malibu Classic, the engine swap stuff. So a lot of this stuff is pretty much just it's stuff it's like similar work, even though I'm doing it in my garage or like on the side. It's just similar stuff that you would get if you went to a professional shop. And then if I ran into an issue or something like that, I may have to order a special tool or something like that. Like when I was fabbing up the brake lines and things like that for the rear on this Impala. So it's just certain things. But I do kind of point out a few tips and a few tools and stuff that I'm using. Because some people like some shops, you see the before and after, but you don't really see a lot of the processes of things they do. So I try to show as many of the processes as I can on here. So now everybody is gonna build their car a little bit different, or in some cases if you're doing it for somebody else, you putting in parts and things that they desire to have on their car. So but so some people want a small block, some people want a big block, some people want LS, and that's all fine and dandy. So basically, the main thing is whatever that you're doing, you're just trying to make it work to where it's safe on the road and drivable. So that's pretty much the end goal. But thank you guys for checking out Cool Fred's Garage. This was just kind of a video, just kind of explaining some of the projects and stuff like that. So there'll be a few more exciting projects this year. So I'll try to get some footage, as much footage as I can. But I thank you guys for checking out Cool Fred's Garage. Till next time.